Hey guys, what's going on? In this video, I'm going to share with you how you can turn your passion into a business. Now, if you have a passion that you are really passionate about, right? If you have a passion that you are, you're stuck on it and you love it, right? There's no reason why you can't turn that into a business, right? Now, there's a few things that I'm going to share with you in this video, which I think are really going to help you to get on that road to creating your business, right? But what I'm going to share with you are things that you want to think about and really put some time in when thinking about turning your passion into a business, right? And these are the kind of things that I learned when I've done this before, right? I've helped other people do this. And these things come up over and over again. And it's like a repeat pattern for anyone who's creating like a business from their passion. So I'm going to break them down and go through each of them and how they relate to one another and why they're important, okay? So the first part I'm going to share with you is the passion side of stuff, so your idea, right? So you've got to, the passion that you've got, obviously, it doesn't matter if you're new to it and because for a lot of us, sometimes when we get involved in like a new hobby or we learn a new skill, we become very passionate about it because, it's just different from what we're used to. It's something new, or it's something that we've always wanted to do. But, just because it's your passion, it doesn't mean that it has to be something that you've been doing for years, right? It could be something that you've just found, right? And to make a business out of it, you only need to know a little bit more than someone else who's sort of starting out. So that would be your target market, right? So where you were previously, right? So we'll get to that in a second, what I mean where you were previously, right? So you've got to, with your passion, you've got to know the basics, right? And it's so important that you obviously at least know the basics of what your passion is, because if it's some kind of art and craft thing, or if it's music, you've got to know that the basics of it at least, so that you're able to teach it, right? And you've got to know the kind of person who you want to help and that sort of stuff, right? And the other side of this is when it comes to validating your idea. So this validation thing falls into this idea, right? So you've got to have done a little bit of research up front to see if it's worth pursuing as well, right? And before I get stuck into this, I just want to say, look, numbers and data are like scientific evidence that, because numbers speak and they really do indicate, so the word there is indicate, right, how well or, how something will sort of turn out based on numbers, right? But time and time again with online businesses, it's been proven that if you're passionate and you've got the energy, you can turn anything into an online business, right? And if you don't know how you're going to monetize your particular idea, don't worry about it. Just get yourself out there. That is my advice, right? But at the same time, if you're wanting to start out, right, and you want to sort of have a calculated approach to how profitable it might be or how big the audience is, then what I would suggest doing is validating that idea, right? Use Google Keyword Planner and type in there the kind of search phrases that people who you're looking to serve, right? So that your passion is all about and how people would find it. Use that keyword research and use the numbers to give you a good idea. Now, if there's like over 1,000 to 5,000 searches a month, then that's definitely an idea to pursue, I would say, right? Then you can turn that into a profitable business, right? So, but you've got to have some idea, right? Because if it's something so vague and something that people are interested in, then it can be hard to get traction. But again, this is all about turning a passion into a business, right? And if the passion is there, then there's a sort of mindset that as long as there's some following out there and you're passionate and you know how to reach these people, then you will do all right, okay? That's the bottom line I'm going to put at this point. So that's just some ideas around, getting started and ensuring that there's a audience, or how you would reach an audience, right? So the next part of it comes into, so we've talked about the passion, right? Now the next part is obviously monetizing this, because it's a business and we want to be able to return a profit, right? Otherwise it's probably not worth pursuing. If turning it into a business is something that you're looking to do, right? So if you want to do it for free, that's also fine as well. But for turning it into a business, we have to know at some point how we're going to monetize it, right? So even if you just get started out and you put content out and you don't even want to think about how or if you don't know at this point what kind of services or products are available, then no problem. What you do is you literally just start to create your content and then you get on with it, right? But when the time comes for you to creating sort of money from your idea, then the number of sort of ideas that I would say is online courses, coaching, so you could become a coach in your passion, so you could teach and share with other people and guide them through whatever your passion's about. Teach them a specific thing, get them a specific result, and then you can do like online communities. So you could have like a group, you could have a membership program, right? The list goes on and on, right? There's literally no end to how you can monetize it. So I wouldn't even worry about that bit too much, but having some idea in your head as you're working through your content, or even if you're just using this list, then these are some ways that you can use as a guideline to be able to start thinking about monetizing your passion, right? So the next thing I'm going to share with you guys is, look, committed, right? Now that simply means, what I'm going to say, right? You've got to be committed, right? Now I say that because when people start out with their online business, they've got the passion, right? But they're not committed in terms of following the business commitment side of things, like the ongoing content, the reaching out, but on a consistent basis, right? And following milestones every single month to getting their business to a point where it's bringing in the kind of money that you want, right? So for most people, their first financial goal is to replace their job. So they turn their passion into a business to replace their job. So that way they're doing what they love. So you should use that as an indication for your goal that you want to stay committed towards, right? And you've literally got to stay committed, and you've got to have someone to sort of, how would I say it? It's good to have somebody who you can speak to regularly about how you're going to get out there and how you're going to achieve your goal and stay committed to it, right? So I would say have someone to speak to, because that way you will stay committed, and you want to speak to someone who is like a coach, right? Or someone that you can, like a counselor even, not because you're going to go nuts or anything, but literally someone who understands your desire to create a business, right? Because the first thing you're going to find is there's going to be some people who are going to tell you, before you even mention you want to create a business on your passion, the fact that you want to create a business, for some people they're going to be like, oh no, just stick to your job and all that sort of stuff. But then when, so you need to be around positive people who believe that you are going to do it, right? And you've got to be committed, because there's going to be hard times, right? But there's also going to be good times, right? And it's just knowing that it's part of the journey, right? And one of the most epic things is when you're first starting out with like a YouTube channel or your business online, and you start putting content out there and just sticking at it, and you know, just go for it, right? And it will pay off. It will eventually pay off for you, right? And the more committed you are with a plan, with a strategy, you will turn your passion into a business, right? So I hope these tips that I've shared with you, I hope they help you in your pursuit of turning your passion into a business, guys, right? And until the next time, guys, until the next video, dream big and live full, and take care.